Afternoon, everyone. It's great to be here today. I am Magda Van Leeuwen, and I am the Volunteer and Member Engagement Manager at the Royal Society of Chemistry. For those of you who haven't heard of us before, the RSB is a professional body for chemists. So that includes people working in academia, industry, teachers and educators, and technicians. My core role is to support volunteer and member engagement more broadly and the activity across the organisation, but within that I also manage the support and the team that support our public engagement activities, which includes running our outreach fund. I haven't prepared any slides for you today, partly because the challenge of going third is that I will inevitably repeat a lot of what's been said already. But I do hope to give you a little bit of an overview of our fund and actually some of the reflections from the team and the things that we've been learning over the period that we've been managing the fund. Just as a brief overview, our outreach fund has been in operation for about 7 years now, and the aims are primarily to enable the scientific community to develop and deliver outreach activity for both schools and public audiences. Though in recent years we're very much seeing that shift towards supporting communities and community groups to engage directly with us and to facilitate that connection with those groups to practicing chemists and to engage with chemistry themes such as sustainability and climate change. It's very much an evolving funding scheme where we aim to try to respond to the needs of the audiences that we're aiming to reach, but also respond to insights and feedback from those applying for funding from us. So the most recent things will be related to COVID and how we moved from a grant scheme that was only open every 3 months to having something that was available monthly that was supporting salary costs and varying the amounts that were available. Our budget is likely smaller than those of the other two speakers, so our annual budget is typically about £400,000, and with that we're able to run 2 schemes. So we have small grants to the tune of £5,000 and then larger grants on offer which are between £5,000 and £10,000, and we very much see ourselves in the space where we're able to support the piloting of new activity and support projects within that. It means that annually we're able to support about 100 projects a year, and those are projects that are run both by members of the RSB but also by non-members. We actually held our last funding round in November, so we're currently closed to applications as we make end of year changes to the application system, but we will be open again before the end of the year and operating again on a monthly basis with a deadline starting from the 7th of February next year. I think for me the outreach fund is very much where the magic happens and where we start to see chemistry and science come to life as researchers and engagement specialists take current ideas, research and global challenges and develop these into meaningful engagements for other audiences. Whether that's festival goers, school students, or even highly targeted initiatives for underrepresented groups. We deliberately aim to keep our aims and objectives fairly broad in order to both support creativity and innovation in this space, and also to continue to fund initiatives that are proven to work. As a little snapshot, some of the things that we have been funding include schools-based citizen science projects that are looking at air quality. We funded a charity in the Northwest to develop and deliver chemistry workshops for adults with learning difficulties. And we regularly support early career researchers to take their research and develop and deliver workshops for students in local schools. I think at the heart of all of these projects is very much the message of the positive role that chemistry has to play. As I said earlier, the fund is currently closed, and what it means is that actually the team is in quite a reflective place at the moment and taking stock of some of the things that we've learned, particularly in the last 12 to 18 months. And it gives us the opportunity very much to make some observations based on the feedback that we provide to unsuccessful applicants, and has enabled me very much to pull together something that I hope I can share with you that goes beyond the information that we make publicly available. Before I head into my top tips, I would strongly echo everything that Steve and Greer have said today, you know, the need for clear purpose, people-focused projects and applications, and ensuring application fits the funding criteria. But the top 3 tips I would share based on recent reflections include: the best of your ability, research the organisation that you're making the application to. Find out what they're already doing in this space, who they engage with, and the activities that they run themselves. Certainly from our perspective, as a fund that aims to broaden and amplify our reach, quite often the applications that we're unlikely to support are those that are seeking to develop and deliver activity that we're already providing ourselves. That said, we do also publish the list of projects that we do fund, which gives a flavour of the types of activities we support. And within that, I think you should be able to see that we are always open to new ideas. We're also looking to develop case studies and launch those early next year that really describe, from an applicant's perspective, what they've applied for, who they're seeking to engage, and then the impact of their activity once it's concluded. The second point is about audience insights, which as a team we think are key. We're increasingly looking for applications to demonstrate how audience insights have been gathered and used in the design and development of proposed activity. How do you know whether your target audience has an interest or cares about the area of science that you're looking to engage them with? Have you spoken with people to gather their views? Are you working with partners and specialists that can support you to engage with this audience? I think that very much echoes what other speakers have said today, but things that we specifically look out for would include, if you're looking to work with schools, have you engaged with teachers to find out whether you can get into schools and whether the audience and the students would engage with whatever you're planning to do? Are you talking to community experts if you're targeting a specific demographic? Are those partnerships established or are they in their infancy? And then finally, I would say that there's a really warm and friendly team working behind the scenes who really want to fund projects. If you have questions or ideas, but want to run them past somebody first, then absolutely do get in touch with the team. They do respond to every query that they receive, and they're really interested to see the ideas that are coming up from the community. And whilst the caveat is always that we manage a competitive grant with no guarantee of funding, we do commit to answering questions pre-application, and we also provide feedback to all applicants that are unsuccessful, often with guidance on areas that could be strengthened if people wish to apply again. So I hope that I've added some additional points and some value to those that the other speakers have said today, and apologies that there are no supporting slides to go with that today.